Wall Township, this is John Natale. I am the owner of Natale Realtors, one of the only locally family-owned real estate brokerages here in Wall Township. And today I want to bring you, and I'm going to do this every month, a quick market update about exactly what's happening here in town. This is town-wide. So if you have any questions about your specific neighborhood, whether you live in Allenwood, by the President Streets, by Central Elementary, West Belmar, Manasquan Shores, Seagirt Estates, if you live in town, you want to know exactly what's going on in your neighborhood, all you have to do, send me a message and I'll get you that info right away. Let's first talk about what happened last year. What happened in 2022? It was really the tale of two markets last year. The first 6 months, everything was on fire. Everything was bidding wars, everything going over asking. Then interest rates started going up in the middle of the year. And it kind of led to this almost Cold War scenario where sellers didn't want to give away their houses, but buyers couldn't afford it. So a lot of transaction count dropped. And at the same time, prices in our area just kind of stabilized. In many markets around us, they started cooling off and started correcting. But here in Wall, they've kind of just stabilized and stayed flat the last 6 months or so. The average sale price at the beginning of 2022 was $676,000. Are you ready for this? The average sale price at the end of 2022, $826,000 here in our town. Now, the average sale price could get skewed off a little bit by some bigger sales, which definitely happened in 2022. So we look at typically the median sale price to know how much of a gain the town went for last year. And the median sale price increased about 11% to $760,000. The biggest story in 2022, hands down, has to be affordability. In 2022, $400,000 and under, there was only 15 houses sold in Wall Township. From $400,000 to $500,000, only 36. So you're talking about 51 sales under $500,000. Above $500,000 was 250. So our town, even just the beginning starting point to get in for a very young couple, young family, anywhere from like the mid fours to the mid fives or upper fives is what it costs now for a first-time home buyer house in our town. So let's talk about what's happening right now in our market. Prices have mostly stabilized. Over the last 6 months, things have gone up a little bit, come back down, but it's stayed pretty much flat. There's very, very little on the market right now. So inventory is still the story, and it's very, very low here in our town. With inventory that low, realistically, if you have a beautiful home, you price it right, you're still selling like that. But if your house needs a little bit of work, doesn't have all the bells and whistles, it's taking a little bit longer to sell right now in this market. The days on market are creeping up to about 50, but the absorption rate is dropping below 2 months. The absorption rate measures how long it would take for every home in our market to be sold if nothing new came to the market. A normal balanced market absorption rate is 4 to 6 months. 6 months and above is a buyer's market. 4 months and below is a seller's market. So we're very much still in a seller's market. It's just not as crazy of one right now. Lastly, after 3 years of constantly being in bidding wars and sale prices being 100 to 105% on the average of the listing price, you're now seeing a big difference. Just before the end of the year in November and December, that average sale price to asking price was around 96%. So what that tells me as a real estate broker is if you still have a beautiful house, you price it right, you're still probably going to get very close to your asking or above. But if you have a little bit of work to do, you could either take that number and say, is it worth that few 3-4% to put the money into the house? Or is it worth just pricing at a point where you know you're going to negotiate down? Because that market of 2020, 2021, and early 2022 is gone now. It's a new market. Buyers are very much more cost conscious because interest rates are so much higher that they can't just be freewheeling and throwing $100,000 over the asking price anymore. So stay tuned. If you have any questions at all, I'm here to be a resource. Any of my 10 agents here at Natale Realtors are all local to the Wall area. Reach out to one of us and we'll help you